why it has been changing so much, because we are shifting so much in our understanding as individuals and as a collective, that of course that energy is going to be palpable and measurable.
Right.
We can measure the electrical activity of our brain. We can measure the electrical activity of our heart. We can measure the electrical activity of our being. So, of course, our electrical activity is going to have an influence on the people around us, on our community at large. Of course, it affects our planet as a whole. How utterly
Right.
fascinating is that? So how do we go along for the ride? So I keep going back to ascension symptoms, and I'm not minimizing that. I know that people can feel that energetic change on a physical level, and it can be a little disruptive. People can get headaches. People can feel even a little flu-like. We can have some physical symptoms with that energetic change, but how can we support our own ease of moving through these energetic changes in a little more harmony? And I think, same as always, I'm going to be a broken record. It really does start with observation. It really does start with uh, a willingness. Observe our thoughts, observe our patterns, observe how we feel. Make sure that we are still supporting ourselves in the way that we need to. Water, 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 first of all, but also observing and understanding the thoughts and knowing that we are co-creating our reality. So important to understand that this doesn't have to be a fearful process. This doesn't have to be a process of separation. It's actually unity. It's actually the possibility of more freedom. It doesn't have to be, "Oh my goodness, I'm struggling with these ascension symptoms. The Schumann resonance is just so much. It's just too much. Oh, oh." It can actually be a beautiful ride if we have the right tools on board to help us move through this with grace and ease.